This is what we've been training for, boys. It's going down. It's the real deal. We got our bug out bags. We're going to put on our bug out bags and go live in the woods and possibly not survive because we didn't think this through clearly. Hi guys, Jared here with JNR Exploration and Discovery. And what I just said right there is the way that so many survivalists and preppers think. They talk like bugging out is their first option. Like they're going to go out there and live in some kind of Red Dawn scenario. First off, Red Dawn was a movie. I love the movie. The concept kind of shows, like if we got invaded, being able to leave and go and regroup. That part could actually happen. That part was the most realistic part of the whole movie. But a bunch of people that goes and had the supplies and they weren't ready. And in the movie, Jed and his brother were supposed to have been going up in those mountains and hunting and doing all this stuff, and that would come in handy, but they didn't have the proper kind of tents for that, and the movie doesn't really show any type of sleeping bags or anything. But bugging out should not be your first option unless if it's going down and you know that they're just right over the hill over there, or things going down, or if you have no choice to leave in events like a hurricane. If we do go to war and the enemy comes over here, bugging out though should not be your first option, because the odds of you surviving in a bug out situation are very slim, especially in the beginning, because everybody's instinct for some reason is to go bug out and go run up in the woods or the mountains and try to survive. And that's what's going to do most people in, is that they're not going to be thinking clearly. They're just going to be like, oh, danger, so let's run, because we've been prepping and we've been getting ready for all this stuff. The other thing to remember, though, is yes, you've been preparing, but you are way better off bugging in, unless if it's a disaster happening, there's a huge fire heading towards your cabin up in the mountains and you just got to get out. That's one thing. But if it's something to where we did get invaded or something and they're way out there and then they're coming towards us and everything, but they're still 10 states away, that's not the time to bug out. But there is a time to bug out, and that's what something else I wanted to say in this video. You will know when the proper time to bug out is. It is not right when stuff starts happening and it's 20 hours away from you. You don't start bugging out at that particular point. You bug out when your gut is telling you to go. The human body is very good at telling you this stuff, and that has saved a lot of people. It's saved me several times, of being able to trust that gut instinct. If you cannot trust that gut instinct, then develop it. Put yourself in situations to where that's all you can rely on, and that will help you out so much. People watch too many movies and they just assume, well, bugging out is easy because it's in the movies. People buy too much into the Hollywood stereotype of what they're trying to sell, because they're like, oh yeah, but you got to remember, those guys are in a movie, they're on a set, they are not exposed to the elements. Well, they are, but they can always go back and get in their trailers, drink hot coffee, and they've got all that stuff available to them at that particular time on that movie set. People love the beauty and what they call bugging out. And in most people's minds, a bugging out situation is society has collapsed and I've got to get out right now. And that very well could be the case in some other countries and countries around the world. It could happen. It could happen anywhere. It's happened in the past. It could happen before, like the fall of Rome. Anything that goes up must come down. Could very well happen, and nobody knows how bad it's going to be. And that's why I said prep to the best of your ability. Some people are like, well, I don't have $1 million to spend, and that's fine too. Buy what you can now, stock up over time, and contrary to what people may tell you, it is not too late to start prepping now. But don't listen to everybody else. Don't buy into the deal of having to bug out as your first priority, because you're not going to be able to carry enough stuff. For one, if the roads are out, you're just going to be out of luck because you're not going to be able to drive with it. If you can drive with a lot of stuff, that's one thing. But you also got to remember that you can be easily spotted if you're driving in your vehicle. So to conclude in this video, I just wanted to say, Bugging out should not be your first option unless if you absolutely have to. Fires, hurricanes, wars, natural disasters, economic collapses, anything along those lines. Those are all potential bug out situations, but those last ones I said, the economic collapse and things such as that, are also situations that you have to use your own judgment, and it's one of those things. I know that's not always the easiest thing to do, but as a man, your survival instincts will kick in, and as a woman, if you don't have a man there, you want to get with a group of people that you can trust, because if you do have the bug out, being in a group is so much easier than being by yourself. Do not be that lone wolf, because they do not survive very long. There's a reason they travel in packs. God bless each and every one of you.